Well, 88.7 Arua One FM ba matire ma imira ondero si program ano veyo sirmalia ama umube engazo sehadia giriko izosiberon the Center for Health, Human Rights and Development kido amani emo eyonje kan kuyo oyu TB madria ma henya I bisozoga asconsigliazo amesekalia dia chila. Our listener, this is 88.7 Arua One FM Samayote. We do have guests from SEHAD, and it is Center for Health, Human Rights and Development. We are basically here to create awareness, screening, testing and treatment to end TB and leprosy campaign. We do welcome you to be part of this talk show, and I'm happy to have Mr. Opon Fred, TB Contact Tracing Coordinator, West Nile. You're welcome to the studio, Fred.
Thank you.
And we also do have Mr. Onjima John, City TB Stroke Leprosy Focal Person. You're welcome to the studio, John. We have Madam Anena Lucy, City HIV Focal Person. You're welcome to the studio, Madam.
Thank you very much, presenter. Good evening, our dear listeners.
And definitely, the RCC will be joining us shortly. If you hear her voice, do not get surprised. RCC ni gerikwe muria yadre kirizini hamaberiati the ayo njezo amani yo tibini madria azini ayo ofuniri campaign di madria. Very well, then I would like to invite you, Fred, to give us a small overview. Specifically talking about SEHAD and this campaign particularly. You're welcome, sir.
Thanks so much for giving me this opportunity to let you know about SEHAD briefly. As highly I want to introduce, my name is Opon Fred. I work with the Center for Health, Human Rights and Development. In short, it is called SEHAD. SEHAD is a non-profit research and advocacy organization working on the rights to health. We advance health rights of vulnerable communities through litigation, advocacy, and research. We are more focused on the general legal services, health, and women's rights. In the region, as an implementing partner, we are implementing HIV activities and then TB leprosy activities. Regarding HIV activities in West Nile, we are conducting it in 5 districts, which includes Arua District, Arua City, Maracha, Koboko, and Yumbe. Meanwhile, for TB activities and leprosy, we're doing all in the 12 districts of West Nile and 1 city, which is Arua City. So regarding this show that we are on, it is basically CAST TB campaigns that I have my colleagues here who will talk more about them, about the campaign. It is basically awareness, sensitization, and I would request that we tune in, do not change the station. Stay there. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fred. So at this point, I would like to invite our HIV focal person to specifically take us through what TB is, what is the current burden of TB in Uganda, take us down to leprosy, signs and symptoms of leprosy. We shall stop there in the meantime. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, moderator. As earlier on mentioned, I'm the HIV focal person for Arua City, and by names I'm Lucy and Nina. Yeah, as it has already been stated by the precurrent speaker, that today we are in the studio for CAST TB program. This is the CAST TB campaign, which is a Ministry of Health program. Actually, CAST TB in full is community awareness, screening, testing, and treatment to end TB and leprosy in Uganda. This is a Ministry of Health program that has been planned, and the purpose is by 2030 there should be no TB, including HIV. For we all know that HIV and TB, they normally move together. So the two, the Ministry of Health is actually has organized this program, though it is particularly for TB, so that by the end of 2030 there should be no one suffering again from TB. This takes us to know actually what TB is. TB is actually an infectious disease which is transmitted through air. It is actually an airborne disease. When somebody coughs or sneezes or talk, even singing, and you are close to the person and the person has got TB germs in them, then you are able to transmit this germ to the person. And in most cases, it actually attacks the lungs so much. And this is TB of the lungs that we are talking about, that the Ministry of Health actually wants it to end by 2030, though it also affects other parts of the body, including the brain, plus all other areas of the body. With the exception of maybe the hair and the fingernails, TB cannot be able to attack. But the rest of the body parts are always affected. TB is actually, it normally presents in two forms. There are two forms that TB presents in. There is what as the health worker called the latent TB. That is TB that is not active, because in a normal general situations, you realize that as you socialize with people, there can be someone having TB. When the person coughs, you get the germs, but the bacteria is silent in your body because your immunity is still strong and is enough to is able to fight the bacteria. So that is a state that the bacteria stays silent in your lungs. It does not cause any problem to you, but you already have it. That is what we call latent TB. Then there is active TB. That is when the bacteria actually has gained access to the lungs, and it normally gets opportunity to a reduced immunity. When somebody's immunity has drastically gone down, that's why people who have HIV, they normally get TB very fast, because HIV is known for reducing one's immunity. So therefore, they easily get it. The pregnant mothers, they can get it easily because their immunity is low. The children, the elderly, the malnourished people, they get TB very fast. So when TB is now active, that is where one presents with the symptoms of cough. You get productive cough. You cough constantly for over 2 weeks. You get fevers, which is non-stop for over 2 weeks, very high temperature. You get night sweats. You get chest pain when you're coughing. You even realize that you lose appetite for food. You generally begin to lose weight. If you normally measure your weight, you realize that you lose even more than 10% of your body weight. There, when you start getting such symptoms, you should begin to think of actually screening yourself for TB. This TB is a disease that has got a very high burden to the country. There's a lot of money being poured on management of TB, treating people with the TB. There is the TB that can be treated easily. Then there is the TB that when you get, you have to spend a lot of money to treat. That is MDR TB. So for us not to let people or our community go up to getting MDR TB, that is the TB that does not respond to this ordinary TB medicine that we have in all the health centers, RIS and FOS. That means you have to go for a specialized care in a regional referral hospital, and very expensively. So our country, Uganda, is trying to fight this so that people do not go to that level. And what is the burden? Actually, Uganda is one of the highest burdened countries among 30 countries in the whole world. Actually, it contributes towards 83% of people who are lost in the community with the TB. So, this is why our country, Uganda, is actually now looking for a way towards us ending TB. We are supposed to look for those who are lost in the community, because you realize that there are people who are sick. They are sick of TB. They are in the community. They do not know that they have TB. They can take it to be any other kind of sickness. Therefore, this campaign has actually come in the rightful time, such that those who are lost, who are in the community, they are not known, or they do not know that they have TB. They are supposed to be actually got, screened, and then treated for TB. And that will improve our treatment success rate, because we have been treating people for TB, but the success rate for the TB treatment is not very good. So with this campaign, it will actually elevate it, and it will help the country to actually fight TB in a good way. TB, we have been fighting TB for a long time, but we had COVID, which came in and interrupted a lot of activities towards response to both TB and HIV. So that actually reduced the number of people that are being screened and got for TB, because most of the support was being poured towards COVID-19. HIV and TB was left actually unbothered. So many people in the community there have been getting TB, HIV silently, and the number is on the rise. So therefore, this Catch TB campaign is going to help a lot.
Okay, I would like us to cross over to the leprosy part of it because of our time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Leprosy and TB, they are actually sisters, as we call them, because they are basically caused by similar bacteria, and in most cases, leprosy actually is an infectious disease as well, and it is caused by bacteria. And the spread is also via the same route, which is the droplets in air. If one coughs or sneezes, those droplets that they bring out in air is the same way TB is spread, that one can be able to also get the leprosy. And leprosy actually presents with skin patches. In most cases, you get what for us the health worker calls hypopigmentation. The skin, the melanin that you're supposed to have, especially if you're a dark person, to make your body equally, your skin, all the areas equally darken or the same color, you realize that the color becomes less, hypopigmented means more lighter than the other parts of the skin. And it is painless. Many people mistake it to be fungal skin infection. So if you have something that looks like fungal skin infection, where the skin color is colorless, actually less colored, I would say, the color is not equally balanced with other parts of your skin, and it doesn't pain. Even if they prick you in that part with a needle, you don't feel any pain. Or when they pass something on it, like maybe someone passes a cotton wool on it and you don't feel anything, or you don't feel anything sensitive, then that means you could be having leprosy. Therefore, you have to go to a health facility where they can be able to test you. You can also get loss of feelings on like your arms, your feet, especially those who have leprosy, you realize that they get deformities in their hands because even if they are cooking, they don't feel pain. The saucepan can be burning them and they do not feel anything. So that when you get such kind of thing, it is a sign of leprosy, and you can easily get disabled because of that.
Okay. Quite elaborate there. Maybe Sad Malia, Ale, Temi Dukin, Kyo, Tadi Akini, Mavle RCC, Nimuni, Temi Sudu Maindru, Deputy RCC, Arasitini, in charge of Central Division, Atamba, Achille Tribe, Emodwa, Mesaladwa, Ni, Maimrami Duke, that's about pity.
How are you? Mawapi, Mini.
All right, Afal is at the Wood Sim Dikindi, Maduro, Mini, Yo de Madrongorongoro Kudura. The Tia Mafle Aquarisi Atamba John Unjimani Dwati Robiti Kankwa Majuti Tada Malia Sinidini. Let's get a break.
Semayote
88.7 Arua One FM Semayote Sawa Tadidu Abo Yo Atazalu Sini Tia Madrogarabati Sidiari Amatamba Jones near E Amani Jodri Rongorongoro Kudu Zumbela Kotitia Ruma Emira Jones.
Arfo Madipi as in ba me repeat ala first minute a mini amerersi amane ovu yonze borle amemudu yonze TB madia azine ofu madia amadi muido TBC TB re azazi obunu fe ni dilani re toni amama furfuru bi di azin vina mama ruwa kala azidi bivinindi foloko pile amama omi pile amama enirko pile te tibi di bini amama dribikiko azin amama onyo fiko madripi lezu nizu kini ni maruwa tibi ti tibi ma enata rena ngoni are amamu unimibe afokore ayora ni kelega keleda ni wikiri kako wikiri madlia azini mi kilo ni avi ni ageti kivina azo mini kelega dia azin devini mirueti ni dri tutuni ontrebe ande afarika ki yedile ei sangire dadi ura tibini nazore and TBD amavu Uganda dia nya divina ama dititi Uganda ni bane suru kalina de meteria TB dongo ombo angirisini azine ere suru kalir meteria TB ma bane avivu baka bazi ki su TB babo bade ki avi amavu arojoasi ngondledi so yo de amani muzudware ere eyoluze mini yo awadi madia azini vina anda sa coronavirus ba amani TB bedi avikivini kweli arojwarisi azidi muki arwako azidi corona murusi awuki akuodale tekbate ni kizi arwako so ekidi akuwa walade amemu didi radio station ya dia lezoluze mini kini ngoni amadi mutsa ni vwa akuodale denga podi anzane yo amama sata akuda madia ko ala vine yo nzo ofu madriende ofu ere azo obuni feni ni amavudi yakina ama yo ofu bakina ni batiti te dani nzoni ofu batini ani batiti ko ofu ma obuti ofu fepere ere ama yongoni ere obu TV fepere ma adriezi kakwere ma nziezi dine engaki woro family alwa so la duki yo di serious ofu eriti ama meseli akwesi dale ni dini ofu di nina ngoni le masuru le bamani ofu ma urara ofu amani yo eri do sa woro se kakwa mavu akura iki da di banomve ofu ma effects kaku complication kaku ofu ma onzikanya dade amade dane dade ofuma onzikana ta ofuma enata ere mi enirikotia afazini yoli afana maura ere adrenimi ma enyere ko maura ba loko afade foniko afade azoniko eyo nimi ton dia ni mu arwako ofu maura azi enapire bila aziki yo ba mi ma pa totoni kakumi ma die bled azokiko mi sune mi divine mi angwa daiki ayo mi sune mi padaiki zaworo afazi dia divine mi to di afaki siliko totoni die azin mi ma pa da de ofuma ure napi amabe toto amame selere eyo disi amemu dide ro emini azo eri awadiki amame selere ande azo diki amodi kweli le bamanira tibi rudi erdi ba odi ribodi kweli amani yobole tibi ni bodi kalina odu alo si Uganda dia eya wade le amama seke amama ba mo draki tibi siko eyo to amandi muzu radio diare erdi yo tibi di amadenga ngoni amemu didiane sekini afansi bombe cast tibi amadede mu emivu akodale amamu ba tibi banda azipa ele kalirisi kaku kalidini alosi sa corona ni teruti awara isa amadim ba de kinda emi be tualu ini ba de kidalera emi emu ba mantelo ekele gaba sangir ba alade ama yemu ivo makoki amaza mafeki ba mo bi ni tibi awale amadenga ne ido arodria then ba abe ibedi levene amama feki ni aro aziti tibi atizo de eyo to amane muzu diare eyo de erdi ye mu ye giriko ba lo ne mu yo do lo aginirse miagi kanga yo de riko le lo program de ama ye mu se mi butale edo zo mbodu kalidina lose tazo mbodu kalidin toisi angate sabitisi di day sa amana muzu azingazo eni be tualu azine mi mavisti akwiselia dade iki emu ati akudi meselese osolo kitra iki di amani facility edwa amade vina apado bi visti di nga result di mini ba amani su azobede amanga iki baro madria amani su azokokodi ande ebite ba tv bede ama devin nga ini aro azefe TB dia tizo.
Okay.
De yoto man lelo majipi eminire.
All right. I would like to invite you, Lucy, specifically to talk to us about. You touched a bit about the cast, but then to touch more about it. That is TB/leprosy campaign, and also where can you find TB testing and treatment services. And lastly, the call to action. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. The Cast TB campaign particularly is going to be having a lot of activities that shall be done. The main purpose or objective of this campaign is actually to catch up with the people that have been missed out. They have TB, but they are there in the community and they do not know their status. I've talked about it earlier on. So particularly during this activity, these are the following things that will be done. During this campaign, we shall be having a lot of mobilization activities, sensitization through radio. We are already doing one today. We are actually calling out to you, the community members, that people should be aware that activities of TB, Cast TB and leprosy campaign is going on. So you'll be expecting a lot of people in the community, the health workers, including the village health team. They will be offering basic messages about TB, leprosy, and they will move from one house to the other. They will also be actually moving in the community to screen people for both TB and leprosy. They will collect sputum samples. That is, they will actually train you on how to cough and they collect the sample that is needed to screen you or to test you for TB and leprosy. They will also be taking these samples to laboratories, different laboratories in Arua Regional Referral Hospital, Oli, and the Adumi Health Center. The health center falls. In fact, you can even move to those health facilities yourself if you have those signs and symptoms we talked about. All the health centers, they will be doing these various activities. And those who are got with the TB or the leprosy, they will actually be referred to health center series, health center falls, and the hospitals, so that they can access both TB and leprosy treatment. The community members, you should be expecting also the health workers and the VHTs moving up to places like even churches. There will be basic messages being given out, any kind of gathering, in funerals, any kind of gathering. You should expect the health workers, they will be moving around to give information. All the hot spots, like in areas of park where border gathers, people will be moving there, and they will get samples from you and sensitize you on what to do about the TB and leprosy. Then at the same time, those who have been got already with the TB, after diagnosing you with the TB and leprosy, particularly for TB cases, there will be contact tracing. Contact tracing, that is where they will actually be following up all the people who have been got with the TB positive. They will follow them up in their homes and ensure that the people who stay with them, sleep in their houses or where they share things, those people should be tested for TB, because there is high chance that they could be having TB, since TB spreads through coughing, sneezing, even talking, and they are all in the same, you are all in the same house, you could have got TB. So they look for you and also test you. So during this campaign, for those who can make it, I want to just mention briefly names of health facilities where you can be tested from. We have Ediofe, Assumpta, Oli, that is a health center for Adumi, Ombi, Orivo, Orekomi, Chu, Aroi, Pajulu, Oje, Riki, Oluko, Soldale, Aivuni, the main regional referral hospital. All these places will be doing this activity. So if you can access, if they have not reached your home, just go right to those places and you will be able to access the care. TB treatment is for free. It is free of charge. No one will charge you in all the government facilities and accredited private health facilities. So for any information about TB and leprosy services that you need to get, you can contact the Ministry of Health on a toll-free line, which is 0800 100 066. I repeat, 0800 100 066. Thank you very much. I call on to everyone to hearken to these activities of CAST-TB so that we are able to ensure that by 2030 TB has left Uganda free.
Okay. Sarah de Maliadia, RCC, Deputy RCC near E, the second day campaign, the Assam, Celia Boyari, me, your opinion, Goni,
our four pieces.
Yes.
For many, now, this is Romania, Tazo, or Korea, now, this is yes, but Bamadre, Arua City, our for Ale Yatiba Radio Araba, between our forfeit, San Maria. Motoni Muyon, the Mingiku. Eoki Ozo Madri, Tower Zingawa, Panin Bemba, Dactaria in Jakibo. Yes. Zekiba Pina, Yamado, Yara, Bamu Farki Ongoniare, Zekra, and Ozomazo, the Arare, as office of the president. Ale Joba Penny program to Kamudino, Ozo Azepo, anti-campaign towards the programs that are called Odi Mateo. Me Amumi, me healthy,
mi alata nyodu mifi
Yeah.
mi amu mi obi mi rakaka agumi ni yola nje pira dale da edi injo oni ni ruvoasi ri bungado edi ite
Aro suri.
then the next day mi omusu akomi wo idrabo ndali mi drami ni no so game ne feda mani sarira zoki dia wazi kine tibi di bodidi but eka ere bi oko odoro ere cho itorora ere atira so afa ya tafa titiri la mamuke adonera aroniara alozori badi ki moyo ko moyo to radio ase man nirisa chokna drolo and rowa ne ako kinga vini mu radio ziri pimaria but eyo di woro health center mavu Arua city ya health center Sreski health center Foski devini regional referral ada ede otechi pai mamuki afadijani kana bodu midra faziko afabani femini kana de lemidara ni mo ala nyara oyo TV vure ale ngalo njawere mayo nzepide mando TV be mavure banda mafalukwa panomve if people you have not explained it to them the extrapulmonary TV that one of the bone I was once a victim of it so in 2010 my auntie realized this is a health worker she told me you go and we check then after checking when it was detected they brought me to Kuluva to go to when I was in senior 6 so I was here in Mvara they said okay enroll for that treatment for about 8 months I was here in school but I was taking the drugs clearly after finishing since that time up to now I'm not feeling anything and I'm even feeling to go back and now recheck when I still have it so I'm calling upon people who are outside there who still have those feelings that there are things who are not doing their bodies well go and check if the disease is got diagnosed well such that it is treated once and for all so there are those ones who always go anti campaigns on such things and they give negative feedback to the people. This is what we do not want. So if you are there when you are preparing to do the anti part of it the anti-security will come for you. So what we saying, come and test. If it is good, you are enrolled for a free treatment and it is wiped out. I do not want to talk much. We want to get feedback from the listeners.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Sisi. Lebavili, just in case I had a Madre Tita, Umudo Jesus Studio one. But in the meantime, let's get a break.
Geisha, back to glow.
Kaliara tinaro dweziri Arua One FM sama yote ba marebadi ba kan kwa mutia mavlese hadziri gaki ni uduko ti kan ku campaign bani TB madria azini ofu madri matami volera ojola ruki parla ruki manje kinini diara amaini isi mabaza mani studio watu kono oromina irisu oromi so it's time for your questions, your comments and concerns, specifically on our focus for today, that is TB and leprosy campaign. Do call our studio line 0393249953. Arua One, hello.
Hello?
Yes, Ngonia.
Okay, Ngoni.
Alani Rua Dianga Zungwa.
Amarura Mangazu Tiwa.
Ray Mangazo Utiba Mutile.
Ale kadluzi tazi Dr. Wache. Aya zori ni baka dini suwe zori tu. Aya bayo ba family nivo kweri kiba like woro diedale.
TB.
TB. Na mbaka da aga so mbo dale rishoni aro si kwa aro dai ba TB. So daler nimba da didaro da chawi va daler bajaza ni kongoni.
Mbari melisi?
Elina.
Okay. Okay, for mini Raima.
Aya, for program tangirwa.
Well, amalain kirimbo, sokono romina, irisu oromi, towina idia studio line. Ni asemiru kote. Hello. Hello. Oh, that's bad. Oh, emi beniani. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Ngonia.
Alar for the Dasqueto,
Dasqueto ni adia ma imira?
or for
Yes, imudule.
Tajola at or phone in about RTC. Program the Moon, let's tell the Nebo. Well, keep a natural Kero. fe bazita umkisel chile rushupiri chijeso na mara tizo di kama gabiro mama udata dile kazoda ro toke de chizela kiti urila ro baru kwaruko amani community har people is sen ai reserve research centers dipine erule service ne bela le alarura tazeru bata dom service ndi beti ekuta le kiri dore le mwata mboro ede kero per hasi per itu de bongo mi vir kete e mudana mbosu sazen fitse al bekenti health centers hasi resta ru mi su ru to de ero de baskite bazi de soluzione viene con azire mu androne de soluzione azire de mundo sirire de suku so ila aroma no popo di che ba di che per da manditivo uno solo para un febesi buoni le cava follow up della aya zile saba kimanga bani da positima zile tabase de voi anni roba tazeru yesi de muhefu from hospital senders kan ya dira ba jiwa faga para ita kizora tindi pues que maruli uri que benaro yiri ukele de ata kuze mazakiri de amma for ko za se ni do kula chi ni le pata mi sekero so ni program.
Okay. Hello. 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 Okay, hamaline kirim bo to kono romina. Irisu oromi tuina lezitar kidungulu rutuelo bado ompitala kyombe jumla rubeni ama ojonje tibidje azini ofumadje titari fete amadre sehad ama ine kwiselasi signs la rutubalo tadi yake amanera edi azazo korula ama banya akaraka. Hello. Yes, Rashid.
Gonia.
Muke ngoni.
Alara.
Mania imuzudle.
For network capital distabun.
Yes.
Mama ne that ipine what for fam we ipine mjomanzo sinzo ndo bitogarse. Mostly that azoti bi saziga mo bezinga ba menda ene chabara like sazamba chi kulkulal center tere. It is put up content as the cafe whereby my mobile and the industry. And in our team we have managed to get who are positive. So I just want to thank them greatly for that program. Then my question is, I thought in money, but we keep in mind, why is it that when somebody is tested TB positive and that person also turns to be HIV positive, why is it so? I have had it already. Now suppose if one tests for TB and it is positive, does it mean that after bad doing the test for HIV could actually now keep in touch, right? Am I battle about the TB like it and then by the test for HIV on the
Okay. I'm about to do a look as the calls come. Okay.
Aroma dia. Aro aman fera eri tibia tizuri. Adnikin da aro tibia tizuri ko. Amalo mu aro fe ba alo tibi bedani. Ba azidi ni amadiri mu aro tibia tizuri fe. Eri sele tozati. Adnikin ba ka ba alo tubo ba woro ba tibi maro jere ni ko. Okay. Aro azida tibia tizuri. Ba azin devine yo diara. Aro ki de amavu facility ya. Sa siria aro
tadi abaki uruba muki aro loka
sa siria aro di angere amalu facility ala doimini aro program di baka bad lebo etekin ba ya dale plan as kibo aro kiti le ba no mitu azole bedi ma yuki aro ba ze yo vindi aba mezi masindi iwe nia ba mo biki amaye mudijera pariba pini tazoria erozo udualusi ama muati masini azidavine ba muati akwesi dale Bamba ki obi ba mi result lu da choti. Tema sini azere re facility aro dorole re atiayo yor si amabiri matamba aro joaba.
Okay.
Di yo man le lu dare azin de le ba mani bioro TB azo atipirani.
Okay.
Badri ma re atira.
Badri amu su TB besin de te kokoro ma zonde janerbe.
Ba ka mi su TB le adni kini mi azon ria ne beniko. Yo di TB metelia silimbere TB ni tutuni muslim meyo. Mi marua silim kati eni ra silim ni mu askar mi marua adi di pia TB bediki udi. Silim kate mi marua tie tie echekine TB ndi opportunity da do. De fi mi marua tie. Eyo ne aka mi marua tie TB su tie le barba mo bi silimu indi askone TB di silimu ito azu sifeni. Apaba no kwa mani TB tetere silimu ni.
Okay.
TB kia ti silimu.
Okay, madini hii buzo sotia mabule kite homeless Maria. Ino ndio madini kalendere.
Ayo budiara eyo di mavitia woro le anikidroro TB razo azbane twa tipirane. Ba karo eba were ati complete adnikin silimu le e karo pi e choi dekodiniko. TB revina azobane twa tirane. TB kakulu ofu amere ati sende kokoro da amavo arojoase azin de government facility amavo dia woro arojo amavo government vodi ki woro aro TB vodi fe.
Okay.
Da de yo amavo dia re.
All right. Deputy RCC de kikalu malia mania i bai horuzu dika baza sakir kani radio gesa de angoni ani
adiga lo ni tamanera because president role tamande yo kara aya wali foto azi wali papeni njede anani yo de mega ali yo theory ani that's cool kintaela ta wali fo ba ki vini dele chi yo di ki obare ki
yes
so bari ka mulale chi igbasi mamani amambari ki duwe because ale ba dale kiko
all right
le mamusu afara bamu yali iri yokta dia ba karodi ki sabo pidu lebo of nature. Now this is to task the health workers that follow up
yeah
or follow up of your patient
that's continue follow up major
should now be always in program.
Okay.
Ekabaro sura le ba manfedinaro e bivunu iri ara da titia edini yora no be clearly are anime zako otherwise our for ba marewa ni mipini ozo de are ba mamu ba usuba daki ba ebina rofe baka minsuku our for de aziki selimu pe baka minsu selimu koko na manu mi afuru mo dare ondita mi tepi dini minisi le zo za sensuku dai mi de afumiri dini mi ya but now okay divinity people sumri ase ayo mejo our for mungu ni divina anime tamba nini ba our for
in just in 1 minute, please do close for us.
Thank you, listeners, for staying there. We are saying that you are going to be having visitors, the health workers, and then the VHCs in your homes, in your communities. Please be with them. They are your friends. They are going to help us, and we want to eradicate TB, leprosy by 2030.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Fred. Thank you, John. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Deputy RCC. Have a very good night. And to you, our listener, we have more of our interesting programs from now through to the weekend. President, have a good night.